If you ask me, the journey actually with Champions Club and Accelerator program began way back in June 2024. And that was a situation when, I was actually serving notice period. After working for 22 years, suddenly, there was a rough phase in my life. The company went through a bad phase, and we, being the senior leadership team, had to amicably settle the company. I always, since for the last 22 years, I never had any challenges or career breaks. I always felt that, my CV carried that weight, my references carried that weight. And I thought, 2 months is good enough for me to get a breakthrough somewhere. But, during this notice period, I also realized that searching a job and the entire science of searching that job has changed in the last few years. You need specialized help, you need mentors, you need guidance so that you are able to match up with how things are nowadays. Because once you are in a steady job and you are not in the job search mode, suddenly you realize that things have changed a lot. So that's why I got in touch with you, and thanks to you and the entire community, the processes were very clear to me. Starting from Jobathon to Accelerator program, I think one or two important aspects that I learned immediately was that you need to be disciplined in your job search. So you need to start your day positively with manifestation and, spend quality time in LinkedIn, not just on content creation, but building network and, commenting to relevant posts. I think that is very important. These 2-3 months, my network in LinkedIn moved from 3,000 to 6,500, 7,000, and then the credit goes to you because whatever networking I used to do in the last 10 years I did in LinkedIn, I actually did it in those 3-4 months. I did not have time because I had the clock running, so I had the 60-day thing, and being from the kind of background that I have, family responsibilities. So I had that 60-day window with me, and I knew the clock was ticking every day. So I needed to get results every day, improve every day, as you say, the 1% improvement per day. I was actually looking at a networking rate of around 5 to 10. And with the kind of posts that I was doing, I was getting connected to another 5 to 10 people. So that's how in the 2-3 months I got into this 6,500 followers in LinkedIn, which helped me a lot. And then obviously, creating myself as a brand, I think that's what taught me from your accelerator program, that, how I pitch to these people, push for my profile, because at our level it's very difficult to get these open job positions. So you actually have to push, you actually have to get to the relevant people. And I believe you always said this, I still remember it, still buzzes in my ear, that you need one good quality interview, Siladitya, and you need one decision maker to just take your interview. So I was very fortunate enough to start getting calls in the second month. Thanks Absolutely. To you, I think my one salute to you, that you are doing a phenomenal job. It was a great experience, and I hope to be associated till the time in future as well.
Okay, welcome champions to yet another Champions Achiever Hot Seat interview with Siladitya Ghosh from Kolkata. And this is a place where we celebrate our champions' success stories. Because when they joined Champions Club, they were not at a place in their careers where they wanted to be, but they took those bold career leaps, took consistent action, and here they are. After achieving a major career breakthrough, we celebrate their success on this very famous and coveted hot seat. So today, Silat, it's your time, and congratulations for being here with me tonight.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Harshad. I think it's a great platform, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity for sharing my experiences. I think it has been a great journey in the last 5-6 months. In fact, starting last August 2024, and I'm so happy that I have got this opportunity, which can actually help a lot of these budding people who are actually looking for an opportunity to grow and excel in life. So thanks a lot. Thanks.
Absolutely, Siladitya. That's why we are having this. So welcome Ameya, Amit, and Purushottam, Akhilesh, and I'm sure others will be joining soon. The purpose of this session, Siladitya, is to share the journey part of it. What did you do? What worked? What didn't work? How did you participate and took advantage of the jobathon, and then you joined Accelerator as well? So how you extracted value from this program, and what happened outside? What happened in your interviews? Did networking work, or did you get from LinkedIn? What actually happened? And I think you made a switch twice actually to get to where you want to be. And that's what the reality in careers today, that it's not easy for mid-career professionals to get ahead. And that's why we are having this hot seat interview. So before we move ahead, can you just quickly introduce yourself for your background perspective and the companies you worked with and what's your role overall?
Sure. So my name is Siladitya Ghosh, and I'm actually from Kolkata. And well, I have around 23 years experience, overall corporate experience, out of which mostly it has been in telecom sector. I have worked with Reliance Jio, Airtel, as well as Tata Teleservices. And then in 2022, I moved on to e-commerce, which was another new industry for me way back in 2022. And then I moved to I got an opportunity with a company called Mirror, which is a health and wellness startup. And then I moved to, I got this opportunity with Apollo Pharmacy, which I've just recently taken over as. So overall, mostly it was more of a telecom experience, and last 2 3 years into diversified industries. If you ask me, the journey actually with Champions Club and Accelerator program began way back in June 2024, and that was a situation when I was actually serving notice period after working for 22 years. Suddenly, there was a rough phase in my life. The company went through a bad phase, and we, being the senior leadership team, had to amicably settle, with the company. And I always, since for the last 22 years, I never had any challenges or career breaks. I always felt that my CV carried that weight, my references carried that weight, and I thought, no, I think 2 months is good enough for me to get a breakthrough somewhere. But during this notice period, I also realized that searching a job and the entire science of searching that job has changed in the last few years. You need specialized help. You need mentors. You need guidance, so that you are able to match up with how things are nowadays. Because once you are in a steady job and you are not in the job search mode, suddenly you realize that things have changed a lot. So that's why I got in touch with you, and thanks to you and the entire community, that all the things I my the processes were very clear to me, starting from jobathon to accelerator program. I think one or two important aspects that I learned immediately was that you need to be disciplined in your job search. So you need to start your day positively with manifestation, and spend quality time in LinkedIn, not just on content creation but building network, uh, and commenting to relevant posts. I think that is very important. So I'll just tell you what happened. In these two
Yeah.
three months, my network in LinkedIn moved from 3,000 to 6,500, 7,000, which I
Okay.
said that I and then the credit goes to you, because whatever networking I used to do in the last 10 years I did in LinkedIn, I actually did it in those 3 4 months. So currently I'm very near to around 8,000, 9,000, 8,200 or 300 networking followers that I have
Wow.
in LinkedIn. So it was a great help. That was a great help. And
Tell us, Siladitya, how did you do that? So let's do one by one. Let's say you were first time, as you said, were looking out. Otherwise,
yes.
previously Geo and Big Basket, you could get things easily, or because of your profile, you were valuable to the company and it was easier. At that time, when you were serving notice period, the time was less. At that time, what was your thought process?
Well, that's what I said. I immediately realized that the you need a specialized hand, you need a specialized help. So that is how I got in touch with you. So my thought process was to actually immediately get into the job search mode in fifth gear. I did not have time, because I had the clock running, so I had the 60-day thing. And being from, the kind of background that I have, family responsibilities. So I had that 60-day window with me, and I knew the clock was ticking every day. So I needed to get results every day, improve every day, as you say, the 1% improvement per day. So that's what, made me think that, first of all, to gather the kind of current day knowledge to actually get connected as of now. So I was actually looking at a networking rate of around 5 to 10, and with the kind of posts that I was doing, I was getting connected to another 5 to 10 people. So
Wow.
that's how in the 2 3 months, I got into this 6,500 level of followers in LinkedIn, which helped me a lot. And then obviously, creating myself as a brand, I think that's what taught me from your accelerator program, that how I pitch to these people, push for my profile, because at our level it's very difficult to get these open job positions. So you actually have to push, you actually have to get to the relevant people. And I believe you always said this, I still remember it, still buzzes in my ear, that you need one good quality interview, Shiladitya, and you need one decision maker to just take your interview. So that is what I was aiming, that I keep on doing that till the time. So I was very fortunate enough to start getting calls in the second month to, I think, yeah, maybe after 50 days, I would say I started getting calls, one, two, three calls per week. Interviews started happening, and then I would say I had an opportunity to give a lot of interviews. It's different that it could be due to various reasons, that some did not click, some did not work out, some positions got hold, and which is quite natural. It happens. So there are limitations. I was sticking to a similar kind of industry, so I did not have exposure to other industries. And obviously I had exposure in Kolkata in sales. It's very important that you have a regional kind of an
Yep.
experience, or if you've worked in south, if you've worked in north, it gives you a big boost in your CV. So these were limitations that I had, and obviously industry specific limitations I had. So I had opportunity to get calls from various startups. That started happening. Once that started happening, I felt the confidence that no, you are in demand in other industries as well, because in
Mm.
telecom, or there were challenges because I was just, now it's a three-player market, so there is not much of an opportunity there. So big basket again, the challenge here was just 2 3 years in e-commerce. So getting a senior profile with such a low kind of experience at such a high age, I would not say age, such a high experience level, is a big challenge.
Yep.
I started having that confidence that I may be required in other industry. So
Mm.
once that started happening, then I started exploring into other industries as well. I was very limited to doing the search initial days, limiting myself to industry specific options. And so that's how it started. And finally, once I started getting connected, I started getting CV, queries. Um, it started boosting a lot of confidence in me, and it made me open. And I did that more and more. It gave me more and more results, and that's how I landed up going to Bangalore, as I told you, because
Mm.
it's my first assignment outside Kolkata. So Bangalore and then Hyderabad, and it's a very interesting story, how I got this opportunity, which I'll share later.
Yes, yes.
That
So now coming to the
so
networking part, as you said, and you built a LinkedIn brand and started networking, as you said, five per day you used to get, and five per day some connection requests due to your post and all that. Tell us more how you actually executed that. Did you actually sit on LinkedIn for a day and like literally send people messages who are relevant? You search, and we have a process for that, but did you actually do it? Like,
yeah, so what helped me is basically, I think 2 3 things that you had said is, once is obviously get industry specific content,
mm,
uh, which helps you to connect to industry leaders, which you had mentioned. Also, I think commenting to relevant groups, commenting to relevant industry leaders, HR leaders, who are relevant to your industry. In fact, And reaching out to HR leaders, I think the entire process of searching the job or searching the company, getting the HR's connecting with obviously your AI sutras, which has been brilliant. I think that's how it helped me leverage myself and make myself unique as a brand. A lot of people ask for connections these days, but if you don't have that uniqueness, if you don't have that pitch, I think you do not get noticed, you get lost. So you have to have your unique pitch, you have to have your uniqueness, and whenever you're approaching a person, and it has to be very professional, and obviously it has to come back with a 3 4 day kind of a follow up,
Hmm.
or a 3 4 day kind of closure, which I was not doing initially. If you remember, I was saying so many connections, but why I'm not getting these replies. So people might miss you the first time, so keep trying, maybe a second and third, but with a very politeness, with a very polite pitch. So that's what helped me actually. I got connected to a lot of people in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and then that's how it is.
And then, if you remember, it has been a 1 year journey, if you see, from last June to this
Yes,
May. But you got opportunities in between. And as you said, at
yes.
senior level, due to the salary and the seniority, it was not easy for you to match with large companies only. And then Kolkata was also, of course, regional preference you had because of sales profile. Uh, and I remember you got some consulting assignments also in between, and you didn't shy away from them. You started
No,
doing
I
things.
didn't.
So please explain, because most of our champions are like you, 15 plus years experience, good salaries, and they face similar challenges. So tell us how when you got approached from a smaller company, and you have all big companies on your profile, how did you differentiate yourself, or how did you pitch yourself differently for them for consulting, or what did you do exactly there?
So basically, what it is was, I realized that my challenge was being very specific to a particular industry, which actually was pulling me down. So I started exploring other industries as well. And obviously, since I did not have the experience, there were a lot of people who were looking for consulting opportunities, guiding them in launching businesses in West Bengal and Northeast. So I had people from industries like EV who approached me. I had people from SaaS background who were working with interiors and architectures to give customized, experiences to their clients. So I was doing 2 3 things at that time. In fact, while doing that, I started getting cross opportunities as well. So let's say there's a big plywood company, Century Ply, which is based in Kolkata. So I never had any plywood experience, but because I was doing that consultancy in interior and architecture, they somehow felt that I could be an asset to them. So I got an opportunity to get an interview with the CMO of the company. So I think if you have the time and if have the interest, you should not have the feeling that I should not take any opportunity just because it's not from the industry. I think that kept me going also. I had time to explore myself as an individual, as a professional, to try things out. And it gave me, in fact, as I was telling you, the CMO of Century Ply, got my number from the market because I was actually working with the interior designers and architectures. So you should not shy away from trying new things. Yes, it was not a full-time opportunity, but even a consultancy can land up to a big opportunity, big career leap in the later stages. So you should not shy up from getting opportunities as well in consultancy.
And Siladitya, it kept you stay in the market, right, rather than at home. Like at home, we feel like we are nothing is happening, and probably for the first time in your life you were staying at home. So
Yes,
like
yes.
that, right? So it, like, when you are at least doing something for in the market, you're getting connected, you're using your talent, your skills, and it helps you somehow. And as you said, one opportunity connects you to the next, connects you to the
Yes.
next. And you get that confidence back that you are needed in the market. As you said,
Absolutely.
something is happening. Of course, some money starts rolling in, that also gives you confidence. And then what happened? Let's say, I think you joined one company also, you told me a
Yes,
few months
yes.
back, and then you switched again. So what happened? How did that happen?
I was in terms of talking with the MD of a company called Mirror, which is a health and wellness startup company. And we were actually talking uh, from August 2024. So, however, initially he said, we don't have much of a budget for you. And then he obviously asked that, do you have any experience in Bangalore and Hyderabad, things like that. So we were in talking terms, gentleman was asking for certain, nowadays it's very important that to prove your worth, you have to tell him what you bring on the table. So he gave me a lot of projects to, research on and find out how big is the industry, what value addition can you do once you join, what is the path, what is the next 3 months, sales progress that you see, how do you plan to launch the business and things like that. And what it did was, during this interaction, I had a great opportunity to learn and explain to them as well. I was actually presenting to their senior leadership. And, by the end of November, I started getting a feel that, they might call me. So, and that was my first, opportunity outside Kolkata. So I actually connected with them, and in December first week, I came to know that I have to join. So then I joined the company in Bangalore. Bangalore was a new place for me. There were challenges with regards to languages and things like that, but very professionally worked. And once Bangalore was the home turf for them, so wanted to explore other cities as well. So I moved to other cities, and that's why I went to Hyderabad. I stayed there for a month, looking after the market there, trying to establish the brand there. And while doing that, Apollo was one of our clients. So
Okay.
Apollo Pharmacy was one of our clients. So,
Now it gets interesting, is it?
yeah, so
Okay.
that is what I was trying to say. So I went to their office, um, and somehow I got connected to the HR. The HR told me, "What you're doing?" I said from Kolkata, and I had some personal challenges. I'm a widower. I have a 72-year-old mother. I have a daughter. So I took a bold step of going to Bangalore, but I always had the feeling in mind that my family needs me, so I have to come back to Kolkata. So, and that's how this discussion started, and then finally it got materialized, and then this came up, and I was so lucky to have come back with an incredibly 15% hike over what I was getting last in Big Basket, so which was good. And obviously, I wanted to work with a bigger brand. Apollo is a much bigger brand in healthcare, and it was a new industry for me. So healthcare is the happening thing now, and that's how I landed up and I came here actually. So this is how it might sound a little fairy tale type, but those days were really struggle. I was fighting so much, but I can't tell you the kind of challenges I had going into the industry, being so late, not having home, speaking to my daughter in video call, telling my mother, I am cold, with the shared accommodation I started, and I did not have much money, yeah, because I was not earning for 2 3 months. So new, but I had the confidence that I'll establish myself in whatever brand, whatever thing, and I think Jobathon actually gave me that confidence that you can stay relevant in any city, in any place, once you know the process, once you have the vision in mind. So that put me through it. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, dots connect backwards, Siladitya, but what you just said in last one
Yes.
minute, when you were going through that process, it looked like hell. It seemed like hell for you, but it all connects backward. And I think it worked like this, like one connection leads to another connection, leads to another connection. And many connections did not work out, but you stayed in the process and one connection worked out. And another thing, when I looked at your LinkedIn profile, Apollo, what you're doing, do you think the same niche we identified, that you are a launch person? Like if you remember, for Big Basket also you did, for Geo also you did. In a new market, you can launch new things. And I think pretty much that way you are sticking to your niche in different industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when I started Geo at in 2014, I started with just one team member of mine, and it went to a 150 level in the next 1.5 2 years. So we established Geo as a brand in Kolkata. Same happened in Big Basket. Just after COVID, this e-commerce was booming at that time, and we needed to create the processes, get the processes in place. And similarly here also, I'm looking after a vertical which is launching in Kolkata and in West Bengal. So yes, I mean, that has helped me. I think that has made me unique of getting the opportunity, because you are more of a launcher, you're more of a startup builder kind of. So that was an issue. Yes, definitely. Yes.
I mean, that helped you. I think that helped them also identify you with something rather than
Yes.
yet another marketing person who they will find in plenty. Amazing, amazing. And so LinkedIn networking, but finally also the face-to-face networking, like
Yes.
one connection leading to another connection. Because Siladitya, you've been here in industry for a while, and I remember like you have a lot of offline network. You're that kind of person, right?
Yes.
Also, so you're used to this online as well as offline network, and that's what helped you. Selita, we have many champions in front of us, and you just told actually, but um, what is that one mantra you, when you look back that 1 year journey now, what is that one mantra you could tell others? Do this or don't do this, something like this.
So I would say, believe in the vision, believe in the vision of champion achievers, or job authority, whichever team you are. Believe in the vision and follow the process. I think there's no other rocket science in this, and you have to be consistently consistent. I think that is one thing which I still admit that I was not consistently consistent. Few days I was missing out this, I was missing out that. And at the end of the day, again, that 1% addition to value addition that you're doing to yourself, I think these three things are important, extremely, extremely important. You have to be disciplined. You just can't go haywire, because it is not going to work. I have tried a lot of things, and believe me, it has not worked. So I have learned from failures. But what I've learned here is that if you have the vision that you want to go to the level, it might take a little time, but follow the process as it is. Because once you skip any process, or once you go your own way, then things will become much more difficult. So this is my learning, and this is, I would say, my suggestion, feedback to all the budding champion achievers, that keep consistently consistent. I think that's very, very important.
Nice. I like that word, consistently consistent, actually. Absolutely. And believe in the vision, believe in yourself. Uh, and one node leads to another node. We do not know in the forward mode how it will lead forward, but backward, it will all come together. Selite, thanks for coming here and openly
Thank you so
sharing.
much.
Of course, other champions can also reach out to you later. He is
Yeah,
available
so
on
I
Telegram as
was
well as
I'm
WhatsApp.
so sorry that I was not active these days. So I'm going to be active much more. And whatever experience I have, I'll keep sharing. I was extremely active even 1.5 2 months back. But unfortunately, due to my relocations and changes and new job, I was not being able. So I'm active. I'm available. If anybody has anything that I can give or help, I would be very happy to help, Harshad. And thanks to
Absolutely.
you, I think my one salute to you, that you are
Thank
doing
you.
a
Thank you.
phenomenal job. I think it was a great experience, and I hope to be associated till the time in future as well. Yes,
As what Siladitya said is absolutely true. Siladitya, remember, like you had uh, we called it
yes,
huddle actually. All salespeople huddle you had. Even Saurav got two opportunities, very similar to
yes,
you through networking only. Went as a
yes,
consultant, and that client offered him full-time job later. And even Pradeep is on his way. Seema is on her way. We interviewed Karan. So your batch of accelerators almost like are done now
yes.
on your way to your next thing. Of course, our journey doesn't end. Silaita, now we have, if you know your third level program or Legends, where we work only on the soft skills and the leadership skills aspect, because when you're in job search mode, we are in a short term vision mode, right? We don't have like long
Yes,
term thing. So now in Legends, we have like 3 years, 1 year, full year journey. So we go, so in the morning itself, we had a session on money mindset. Okay. And we have even boardroom meetings. By the way, today, Sunday, 8 p.m., every Sunday, we have boardroom meetings, which are on soft skills only. And By the way, everyone, all champions and Siladitya, from 1st July, which is just day after, you will see a big change in all programs. Okay. And thanks to Siladitya, like people who indirectly teach me what is working in the market. And, I tend to sort of push that more. And what you just said, consistently consistent. I think the momentum part is, which is harder because when you're not getting calls, when you're not getting hit to the right door, it is hard to build momentum. When things are going well, it is very easy, but when the things are going wrong, so that's where I felt that I need to push in more. So you'll see a lot of big changes happening from 1st July. Tomorrow all of you will get an email from me on the changes and all that. Let me stop here. Now, champions who are attending it live, and that's why I'm doing such interviews live. Earlier, I used to record it and then show it to you. But these days, I'm using this opportunity to connect with you again, and you can connect back with other champions. So, champions, let me stop here. Any question you have directly, you can ask Siladitya about his journey, what worked, what didn't work, or how did he go about relocation or networking, LinkedIn. He shared a lot of things. Please put that in the chat box. He can directly take your question. I'll be just a convener asking him your questions. Let me give you a minute and you can put your question. Just to revise, he shared a lot on LinkedIn networking, directly, reaching out to people and even following up. His pitch was clear. His uniqueness, unique value was clear. Uh, he explored things outside his industry, didn't stick to an industry necessarily. And also, see, uh, he did not shy away from talking to smaller companies, maybe getting into consulting opportunities, maybe helping them with some research or some simple projects. But that kept him going mentally as well as some money in bank, and it kept him in the market rather than at home, right? And that actually worked for him. His consulting assignment only led him to the big company, which eventually got him the job. So you never know, right, what will happen. So keep putting your questions. The first question, Siladitya, from Ameya. How did you showcase your expertise on LinkedIn? And you talked about, Siladitya, about you posted on LinkedIn also consistently. How did you go about it?
So, I started off with, first of all, creating an image profile of myself. I'm going right to zero because I feel the journey is very important. So I
Yes.
had a very casual photograph, which I changed. I think I actually took help of a photographer because it was not working out on the mobile. So I actually went to the studio, got myself a
Nice.
suit. It might sound very very I don't know, very amateurish, but I took that effort. I did that
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was very important. It gave me a very matured look.
I can
Uh,
see that actually. So you are absolutely right. Recently, I also got photo shoot done. That quality is different,
yeah,
when they do it. Thanks
so
for
you have
this
lightness.
idea. And we have this. We take those passport photos, which are so boring actually, right? We are looking at the straight, but the same studio can help you get slightly better photo. If you tell them that I need this for my online profile, they'll help you with that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Great
so
idea.
that was the first thing I did, and then obviously the tips that I got from you with regards to selection of locations, exposure to industries, keeping your tag to open to work, and also the kind of experiences, skills that you attach, the milestone and achievements that is extremely important in the feature section. Um, you know, if there is any landmark achievement that you have, the awards that you have, and obviously with related to what experience you have. See, you might come from telecom industry, but you might be eager to showcase any case that you have been working and you put it on the content in LinkedIn. It's not important which industry it is, but yes, it has to be from your domain. If you're a sales guy and you're talking about tech, I don't know if you have the knowledge or not. It might, you are actually pulling the audience from another domain. It does not work. So you have to actually showcase subjects and contents from your domain, so that the talent pool is there from those domains. So that's how it invited a lot of followers, or I would say connections, that helped me. I think second question,
And
Yeah.
just yeah, so just related to that, you posted content, you said, and you took your case studies, as you said, right? Like the landmark achievements of a project or a client, and you showcase that. And of course, like we call this as value giver pitch or a portfolio now, and everyone sort of makes it now. So just a related question. See, you worked with large companies and all that. How did you deal with confidentiality? A simple question, but you sort of, how did you write that case without taking names or, with putting it openly?
So I would not say I posted something on telecom because telecom mostly is telecom or e-commerce. I did a lot of things. I did a lot of study from journals, which I put it forward and obviously used your AI sutras to create images, create videos as well. Giving new concepts. I think there was a concept of seeing in the US market how things are working. Maybe if these opportunities are there in India as well. I'm talking about a post that I did where through drones deliveries were happening, e-commerce deliveries was happening, and I got the concept. So you need to be very very update with what is happening.
Nice.
People would not be interested in your gyan. People would be more interested on what value addition you are doing, how things will help their industry, their company if you are doing something, and obviously how you present it. I believe I had shared, I was so excited. 70,000 views on one post I got. If you remember, Harshad, I was so excited that it got me 73 or 73, 70, and still
Siladitya,
there.
at that time, there was a time, I think last October, a lot of you used to get those yellow badges,
Yes, yes,
right? Like constantly, I was pushing you and you used to get. Now, LinkedIn has removed those yellow badges.
yes,
Otherwise, I think I
yes,
remember now, you used to, I think, write specifically on topics so that
yes,
you would get those badges. And I like this idea, what you said, that you may not only talk about your past, but you can show futuristic ideas, and through that you can show how you can help them achieve that.
absolutely, absolutely. I think that would help industries to actually look for new concepts, new things. Not that they are not aware, but they would feel that you are bringing something new to the table. So that is how, I would say I try to pitch myself. Yes,
Absolutely. And LinkedIn is your profiles, like that they would know, but this is your presentation. So you know that is important for to present. Well said. Another great question from Ameya. Was there any panic at home while being jobless? How did you manage that? And as you said in your home, like you didn't have a support and daughter and mother. So how did you manage that?
see, I guess it's very important that you hunch what is happening or what is going to happen in your professional life to a little bit. It's extremely important. My preparation and the vision that I was seeing that by August I may not be able to continue. So my preparations have started from March, April. Whether it is job search or whether it's finances. So the immediate thing I did was start saving for the next 3 4 months. Uh, I cut down all my EMIs. All my mutual fund investments were stopped immediately from March, April. So whatever I did post I got my job, I started once again. So actually, you have to plan your finances in such a manner that you are able to survive actually for the next 6 months. Uh, and obviously, because there's a notice period, so you have a 45 days tenure where you get your salary back, and then obviously provident fund was there. So 2 3 months I had managed, but from the fourth fifth month, if it had continued, then I would have been a little better. And I was also doing these consultancy jobs, which helped me to keep the family going. Panic, it's more within than it's more towards the family. Um, I don't know how to say this, but I only have my daughter to depend on. My mother is a pensioner, so somehow I managed. But I think the challenges are much more if people are more dependable on you. So, but yes, panic would not help. I think you have to plan your finances. And as Harshad always says, you need to have a second level of income. This time, even if after getting the job, my thought has always been that, what is plan B? So I'm working on that as well. As Harshad had suggested, and I think you should have a plan B as well in case you are in the wrong place. Yeah.
So well said. Siladitya. We just talked about this actually in this month. You talked about two very, very big concepts, very important. One is emergency fund, at least of 6 months times your expenses. Okay, basic expenses. All right, so that which you cannot cut down, your rent, your EMI, basic groceries, you cannot cut down, right? Like there's necessities. That into six, you should have it like ready. Okay, because we know how the market is functioning, and sometimes it's with us as well. And second thing is, in case the same industry doesn't go forward, the similar roles do not come, then you should have plan B maybe for 1 or 2 years. What will you do, right? Till the
Yes,
time you
yes,
can upskill, you can find out things again. This, Silaita, we are calling this as now career leaps. What you did in 1 year is a leap, two leaps basically.
yes.
Earlier time it was more smooth career, maybe couple of job changes, that's all. But nowadays we have to make big leaps forward. So, and you, I'm so proud that you went through that exercise. And let me tell you, Silaita, this is like now a skill. So next time, I mean, not my wish, but if it you have to go through similar experience again, you know what to do now.
Yes.
Okay, you know what to do. So it's important, now you won't do the same mistakes again.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Great, great. Amit is asking a question. My question is related to LinkedIn networking. How many people you reached out per day? How many days you were following up who did not respond? And also, where you applying on job portals daily? How many per day? So he's asking more on process front. How much effort did you do? And Siladitya, I think his very good question is about when people don't reply, you feel like, is there something wrong with me? Is it like whatever, right? So how did you go through that part?
So, frankly speaking, you have to do everything a little bit for each and every scope. So if you're saying that you're trying to reach out, you're doing networking, if you're trying to pitch yourself through a self pitch, so everything you have to do it on a daily basis, and you have to do it considerably. So you cannot give more weightage to one process and you do not give weightage to the other process. That is not the way. So if you ask me, uh, networking front, as I had shared earlier, also I was actually trying to reach at least 5 to 6 people. When I say reach, I say because I was a LinkedIn premium member, so I was trying to reach people through emails. I was trying to do at least 5 relevant people who are actually looking for job profiles or job search. And obviously, I needed to top it off with the comments, with your views in various posts which were relevant to the industry or relevant to the domain. So that's the second thing I was doing. And the third was definitely building up my own brand through some content work, through some case studies, through some unique concepts which I was doing. So these are the three things that I was doing on a consistent basis. Job searches on portals were extremely slow. But if you ask me, what Harshad has been suggesting, and I was not doing in the initial days, and later I realized, is you have to customize your CV for each job description. You cannot have a single CV even for 2 jobs that you're applying for the day. You need to have a very, very customized CV, which you can try it out through the AI sutras, that match your skills, that match the demands of the job description. So every job has to have every unique CV. That is extremely important, which I was doing through the AI sutras that Harsha that have been helping us with. So these are my things. But job portals, frankly speaking, if you ask me, it has not given me the kind of response that I was getting on LinkedIn. So I was more focused on LinkedIn, building networks, building connections. I was doing that.
Related question, Siladitya, did you use your offline network, means your ex-colleagues? Because you messaged me that your earlier company people, you should always have good terms and all that. I think you messaged me that. Did it help you somewhere? It didn't come out in our discussion today.
So, I will tell you, I because why I was saying is that, uh, you know, my ex-colleague ex in Big Basket is my counterpart in Delhi, in Apollo Pharmacy. So that's how close, and you have to keep your networks. You have to be extremely active, and when you're leaving a company, I think you need to leave it on a good note. You need to leave it on a good note because it helps. References going to them. Even if you are having good links or good networks, I think you get references. Um, when I left, and the company, my ex company was looking for for some options. They called me up to get a reference for my replacement when I was not in the job. So that is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
might
yeah.
sound very foolish.
No, but it
But,
shows like how much
yeah,
confidence they had in you, right? Like even if you went out, they still called you.
so they
Hmm.
wanted to hire somebody at a 50% package of what I was earning. And they were asking me for the reference. And I was saying, why do you have to ask me? But still, that is how it is. But I have kept my options open. I have always been very, very positive. I think you have to have a very positive mindset during these stress and crisis period. If you don't have that, then it gets very difficult, very depressing. You need to have the right set of friends. You need to have the right set of social, circles, so that they keep on, encouraging you, motivating you, and that what actually works. So these are certain things which I think.
Very well said. Very well said. I think you just you just answered the question from Shahan, who asked similar thing that on managing consistency in downtime. I think that's what you just said. Actually, you need to have that friend circle, and that's why we keep saying it's a community. It's not a course or program. And by the way, Siladitya used to talk to. I think you used to have a Kolkata circle, if you remember. Like you
Yes,
met
yes.
physically as well. I think there were four people. I think you were together, and we had a sales people huddle as well. So, guys, depending on the audience, I keep on making this, and now so right now we have in Accelerator we have sort of formalized huddles now. So it's like every other Friday they should meet with each other, starting online, but maybe hopefully offline as well. That helps actually. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so
Um,
I was part of two hurdles. One was yes. So Kamalji, who was very
yes.
senior to us, very senior in the industry, used to give us leads from Delhi for to me and Saurav. Saurav
Wow.
here was trying his best to get some leads in some companies that I was not having the exposure. He gave me 2 3 leads. So it helps as a community to help each other. You may or may not have the relevant opportunities, but it keeps you in the hunt for the job. So it really helps, Harshit. I think
Well
I
said.
was part of two hurdles and it helped me a lot. Yes.
Well said. Well said. Ziladya, back to uh, posting. Shahan is asking who is also very active on LinkedIn now and very thought provoking, very insightful post he's writing, but his ears caught on your 70K views. How did you get 70K? And did it help you in your future employability in any way? And similar question, Amit is also asking. I've been posting consistently. Do you think scenario based posts or real time case studies get more attraction than conceptual posts? A little bit on posts and a little bit on your different concepts you tried.
So if you ask me about the 70,000, I think a little bit of royalty must go to Mahima Chaudhary and Aishwarya Rai as well. So they, they were the the part of the video. So yes,
Sarati,
I think
after this
it's
session, please share that post if you can find, okay?
will
Because it
do.
looks very, I think it was a video or something.
It was a video. So
So,
the first thing regarding content is if you are able to create videos, it's just like a little bit like people get attracted in Instagram or Facebook. So if the post has a video content, I think that attracts people much more than a literature or a long text. I think that's what is important, that if you're having some kind of content in videos, and obviously it will help you to reach more people on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Absolutely. So please share that post if you can find, maybe you had
You
sent it
want me to
at that
share
time
it
in our
now?
accelerator. No, no, you can. I'll pass it on to everyone in the group.
Okay.
Don't get distracted right now. You're on spotlight, so so you can share it. I mean, you might have sent it at that time in our accelerator group. I don't remember.
Yes,
You
yes.
can find that way because on LinkedIn it may have gone like way below. Um, and I think a similar question from two people. How did you manage consistency? Any daily schedule you followed to relieve stress, especially when you're out of job and especially things are not going as planned? Any daily schedule you used?
So the opening itself started with a very positive note of manifestation. You have to start, also what I did, I would say personally, I'm a little overweight. Okay. So I started going on long walks in the morning. It helped me to, release myself, release my stress. Got into a little bit of spiritual mode as well. I would not say, I would not lie. It brought me a lot of calmness. It brought me a lot of mental health healing, I would say, which helped me. And, these were certain things. Um I had a very fixed timetable. I was trying to get up early, go to sleep early as well, and have the right kind of food, because I was actually for quite some time in this period I was actually working from home, so I had the opportunity to discipline myself individually, which you don't get when you're actually into job. And I was very choosy about the kind of social links that I was having. I was not having any negative, people influencing, allowing anybody to influence any
Yeah,
negative
yeah,
people influencing myself. I was not allowing people who are negative to be in my social circle at that time. I had very close friends who used to give me a lot of boost and used to, only talk about what from now, how do you go from now. So people who were constructive in, helping me out. So these were certain things I did. Yeah.
well said. Well said. Uh, I think I have answered questions. Guys, everyone, I will share Siladitya's LinkedIn link as well after the session in our main group. So you can just go through his previous post and you can maybe find out what he tried. Um, he also talked about commenting a lot, which actually helps because we do not want to be LinkedIn influencers that way, right? We want to just make sure a relevant audience sees us. That's all. That's the whole part, right? We don't want to be Ankur Wariko here. So I think commenting on the relevant post he talked about. And LinkedIn is a network, okay? So if you do all things, DMs, posting, and commenting, it kind of adds up as a network. So similar people, if you have DM'd someone, that person sees your post also. Okay, or if you're DMing and you're replying to that person replies to you, he will see your comment. See more chances. See, LinkedIn sort of connects people that way. So it kind of adds up. That's the synergy effect of any social network, really, right? So that helps a lot. Okay. Yeah. So uh, Shan is asking research related. I think you talked about finding right companies and right people to reach out to. How did you, any research tools or time duration, um, etc.? How much time did you spend? Not companies, sorry. Shan, what are you saying then? Ways of doing research and showcasing those finding on LinkedIn, like research tools, time duration. So his question was ways of doing research, but not companies, article posts. Okay. All right, all right. Siladitya, you were talking about writing some futuristic content or US content, I mean, US focused ideas in India. Where did you do your research, which will go as a fodder or the feed for your posts? How did you keep yourself updated in your industry?
So I am part of a lot of relevant groups. I have a lot of WhatsApp where news come up. I have telecom WhatsApp groups in my own. So I have e-commerce WhatsApp groups and circles where they are into WhatsApp. So I learn the events. A lot of them are actually working in Dubai, working in the US, working in Philippines, working in Hong Kong. And I keep on trying to reach them, understand what they are doing in their technology, how different it is from India. So these were certain things that I was doing, and I get the idea, the concept, and then the matter is always available in Google, and if you can't, then you can do it on AI. Thanks to AI
Yes.
Sutras, yes. So you have to get the concept, and then you can create your own content as well. Take the help of AI. Yeah.
Great idea. And Siladitya, as you said, your updation has to be continuous. You cannot like do it on one day because you keep on getting. Yes, and I think we have enough feed now, right? These days, we have
Yes.
enough feed, and every article need not be research article. It can be on one concept. Which see, if you talk about LinkedIn, we are not research analysts here, all of us, right? We don't have to read through 100 things and do our research right now on LinkedIn because people also don't read that much your post, right? People
Yeah,
also
definitely.
not expecting pages of content from you. They want like one quick idea because on social media people are actually on dopamine. They want that quick high. So as you said, some interesting like drone delivery is an interesting concept, or I think that Mahima Chaudhary or some video, it's an interesting concept. So I think on LinkedIn that is important, right? Just people getting hooked to something which is relevant to your work or industry. But this is called as micro blogging. Instead of longer blogs, you're kind of shooting smaller things at a time. And I think you get enough feed on WhatsApp and LinkedIn to do that.
Yes, yes.
We are bombarded with things anyway. And I think
So
just
in
finding
Facebook,
right
the
channel.
real duration is 90 seconds, and there is a science behind that. Anything more than 90 seconds, people don't view. Either they go halfway or they just skip. So I think we have to keep our contents in LinkedIn in the similar manner, because behavior of viewing, social things is more or less the same, whether it's LinkedIn or in Instagram or Facebook.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Thank you for sharing all this. I hope I have covered all the questions, guys. But please feel free to reach out to Siladitya. I can vouch for that. He's been very, very active. Siladitya, I think you used to take meetups also at
Yes,
that
yes,
time,
yes.
right?
Sundays I
So
used to take the meetups. Yes.
yes, so he was always been active, guys. So just ping him on Telegram, and of course LinkedIn. You can start with easily. All right. Um, thank you,
Thank
Siladitya.
you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you. I'm
much.
so happy. And
Yeah, me too.
by the way, I always saw smile on his face. Okay, guys. I think that is the last trick or hack I can share. So like, they
Yeah.
always used to have video on and used full 2 hours and with a smile and there like no, that's I think that shows the way you looked or your perspective was. Of course it was not easy, but at least you kept that demeanor like that. Okay, I'm there. I'll tomorrow I'll try one more time. Tomorrow I'll try one more time. I think that's the trick here. That's the trick. Yes, Pooja is also here, so you remember that, Pooja. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in Champions Achiever Hot Seat. And if you joined in late, don't worry. We will upload this video on YouTube as well as in our course. If you know, there is a Champion Achiever Hot Seat course, we'll upload it at the top. So we upload that way so that you will always find. And those of you joined recently, we did similar interviews with Karan and Ankush in last 2 months. Please watch them because they shared everything, and those also a lot of networking, a lot of reaching out. All these things worked for them as well. Thank you, Silaitya, and my best wishes
Thank you so
to
much.
all your future endeavors.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, Arjun. Thank you.